Welcome back to Flipping Out on Sunny Days with Dawn. This is part 1 of my Rustic cabinet makeover. Woohoo! Let's get started. Okay, guess what time it is? It's time for me to get started on my next project. And let me ask you, what do you think the degrees is right now? Although it's sunny and beautiful, how cold do you think the garage is? Guess. Let's go. Come on. All right. Did any of you play along on how cold the garage is? Did any of you take a guess? 59 degrees. It was like 55, but I turned my little space heater on. So now it's 59. But let's get started on this little baby. Woohoo! I also have 2 little surprises that came in the mail that may be used on this. Does anyone know what they are? Does anyone know what these are? You ready to get started? Okay, I'm gonna start by taking the hardware off. And I got a little bag here to put the screws and the handles in. Now, there's 2 holes back here, but there was only 1 screw. So I'm not sure. What that other one is. That one's coming off. Oh, they had little nails on them. They were actually nailed on there. I was thinking maybe using one as the handle down here. I don't know. And I'm not sure about taking these hinges off. Well, I guess I could. They're so old. They're so old that they're standard screws. I don't know when Phillips started being made, but the hinges are standard screws. I think I will take them off. Momentito. I think to make this easier, I need to set up my table that I took down to give me more room. So I'm not bending down so much. I'm going to see how I can elevate this up higher. Because this lady's getting older. And make it easier on my back. So the table, my big table that I took down, is actually going to take up too much room. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out a way to elevate it. Let me rack this brain. Okay, after digging my big table out, which I have folded up right here, that I had stashed way back there, I remembered I had this little table that was in the back behind my apartment. So I think it's just a tad smaller than the table or the cabinet, but I'm going to see if I can get the cabinet up on this. I don't know. Is this too heavy for me? Let's see. Ooh. That just barely fits on here. No, it doesn't. Let's set it, see if it'll sit this way. It's not too sturdy, but it might be easier on my back up this high. I lifted it, woohoo! Okay, I wanted it to be easier to get to the hinges. What is this knob on here? I'm gonna have to work at getting this knob off. I think I'll take it off the hinges first. So many decisions. Bag for the screws. Flathead. Besides this one. I definitely need my glasses. Glasses. Oh my goodness. Oh, Dawn. He's been in here for quite some time. My flathead keeps coming off. Ah, I might have to do it by hand. There's hardly any indent. Oh my goodness. I think I'm just gonna, let's see, down here maybe? They're so old. I'm just gonna do them by hand. That's too hard. Momentito. All right. Huh. Oh my goodness. That one's turning.
The slots are just so tiny.
One screw. Woo! All right, I got it started by hand. It's at the little slot. I think that head on this flathead is a little too fat to fit in the slot. Because this one starts and then it comes back out. Oh my goodness. Ah.
Oh my goodness, this is so hard. It's not that it's in there tight. So he can't get in the groove. Ow. Dented up the wood. Come on. This is frustration.
Now it's just pushing in. All right, I'm going to do the bottom ones. Let's see what's going on down here with you guys.
Nope.
Alright, change of plans. Let me put that screw back in. I'm just going to take them off the door and leave those in there. This is what they worked with way back then. Yeah, these ones are coming out easier. Let's just take the door off and leave the hinges on the frame. Put it in your trusty bag so you don't lose them. And then mark the bag as to what it is. So, like, I don't trust my brain. You know, who knows how long before I get this cabinet ready to put the hinges back on. And then I'll find that bag, or if I find it at all. And I'll go, what's this bag of screws? I know my brain. I already know. That's happened before. It'll happen again. Alright. Oh, you know, I should have learned my lesson from doing that cowboy cabinet. To leave the screws on top hand tight. So I don't have to hold it. Ah! See what I mean about my memory? Alright, I put a screw back in, just hand tight to hold it. So it's not falling off on me.
You would think this would be easy.
this is giving me such a hard time. All right. Let's see.
This one looks loose. Maybe it's a really long screw. Maybe it's longer than the other ones. Let's see. There, it came out. Now I gotta get you back out. Oh my goodness. There. Finally.
All right, I'm just gonna have to leave those on there. Look how old these hinges are. Look how well worn this is from the this thing turning back and forth around it. I thought it would have been screwed in there, but it wasn't. It was all one piece of wood going from this into here. So I had to break it off. When your baby leaves you all alone, oops, and nobody calls you on the phone, don't you feel like crying? All right, now let the sanding commence.
I think I need a heavier grit. Well, folks, I used up all my heavier grit sandpaper, so I got in my car and I drove to the store, and when I got there, it was closed! So here she sits, looking like a hot mess.
How appropriate the shirt was that I was wearing. Okay, here's a fun fact for anyone who cares to know. The Phillips head screw was invented in 1932 by John P. Thompson, who had got a patent for it. And then Henry Phillips purchased the rights to the socket screw and redesigned the screw with the cruciform recess in 1933. And then in 1936, Henry Phillips receives a new patent for a new kind of screw and a new screwdriver needed to make the Phillips head work. It changes the worlds of mass production and machine repair. Thank you, Henry Phillips. So does this mean my Rustic cabinet was made before 1932? Who knows?